Okay, so we're at page 186, talking about 13.1, classifying triangles. What does it mean to classify something? What does it mean to classify something, yeah?
To give it a label.
Kind of. Can someone else build on that? Yeah?
But like putting it in different classes.
And you're using the word class to describe it. That doesn't work for me. Yeah?
Like, a person in science, like they would, call something else, and it's like that's what they're classifying.
Okay, yes. I'm looking for more specific words.
Or like, a assault rifle, like a SCAR, Fortnite, like you're classifying it, and it's an assault rifle.
Okay, so you're
You're giving it a label.
its own group. You said in its own class, and none of you guys were wrong. But that's kind of like the more specific. You're putting something in its own group. Can you hand that back to that person so that they can see what their score is? So for here, we're putting triangle into different groups. The three different groups of triangles are, so equilateral, which means, what does that mean? What's equal?
On all sides. The sides are
All sides and?
All sides
And all,
lines.
corners.
oh. What are,
Angles.
yes, who said that?
I did.
Thank you. All sides and all angles. So this right here, this little line through stuff, that means that it's equal to something else. So anytime you see any other angles in here that have the same line, that have a line through it, that means it's equal to this angle. So equal, equal, equal. If an equilateral triangle has three angles that are the same, each angle is going to add up to what? How many degrees?
180.
No.
180.
All of them make 180 because a triangle's angles are always 180. But one of the angles is what?
Oh, 90.
No.
360.
No. Think if you have three angles.
60.
Yes, 60. So think three angles, or let's say 3 times A equals 180. All right, well, we divide by 3, A, or the angle, is going to equal 180 divided by 3, which is 60. So yeah, in an equilateral triangle, all the sides are always going to equal 60. Can we not move our book around all the time, please? Thank you. So equilateral triangle is the first one. Second one, bottom page 186, yes?
And isosceles triangle.
Yep. I always spell isosceles wrong. Isosceles. Alright, so an isosceles triangle, the key here to remember it is right here. Isosceles triangle. Right at the beginning of it, it's got 2 S's. When I see 2 S's, that means I know 2 sides are the same. So that means, hey, 2 of them are equal, but the third one is going to be totally off or different. What?
90 degrees.
Yes, so this is going to be a 90-degree angle. This one specifically, are all isosceles triangles 90-degree angles?
No.
Nope, not all of them.
Isosceles
But
means that
isosceles means 2 sides are the same. What if 2 sides are the same? That means we also know 2
angles.
Yeah. So these 2 angles here are also going to be the same.
90 degrees.
Nope. This is going to be 90. So if this is 90, then each of these must be what?
60. No, 30.
You've used up 90 of the 180 degree angles.
180.
Yep. You used up 90 of the 180 degrees, so you get 90 degrees left. So that means each of these is 45 degrees. All right. So we did isosceles. We did equilateral, and the last one on page 187 is a Yep. Scalene triangle. And scalene means what?
All sides are equal.
Nope.
No,
That's what equilateral
All
is.
sides are not equal. No sides are equal. equal to each other.
Yep. No
That's what Brayden said.
sides
He never raised his hand.
equal. Yeah, he did raise his hand first. He just didn't have the right thing. So just think 3 really different, and it can be any combination, but 3 really different where none of them are going to be the same. So look on guided practice 1, 2, and 3. You guys already went through these. If you didn't already do this at home, you should do it now. Number 1, what'd you guys get? AB, how long was AB?
2 centimeters.
2 centimeters. BC was
3 centimeters.
3 centimeters, and AC is?
2 centimeters.
So you have 2 2s and a 3. That makes it what kind of triangle? Isosceles. Yep. Number 2, you measured them. All of them were what? 3, 3, and 3. That makes it a equilateral. And 3, you can probably already guess is what?
A scalene.
Yeah. Do you even need to measure on number 3? No, you don't. You can see that 2 of them are much different. On number 1, do you know for sure, based on looking at it, that it's automatically isosceles?
Yes.
No. You can't say for sure. I would say off that. Number 2, I think you can assume number 2 is a equilateral. Number 3, I think you can assume is a scalene. But number 1 is not always obvious. Isosceles are the harder ones to work with because they can sometimes look a little bit like a scalene triangle. All right, next page 188. It says 3 different types of triangles. We have obtuse, acute, and
Right.
so these are different types of triangles. They're also different types of angles. So an obtuse triangle is any triangle where one of the angles is what? Yep. 90-degree angles or more. So if you have, oh look, this is 91 degrees, boom, automatically an obtuse triangle. Yes? What?
Like the answers were acute, right, and obtuse.
I'm not that far yet.
Those were the
Slow down, dude. All right, right here,
I'm not
acute
alone.
means that you have does it mean you have at least one angle that is 90 degrees? Less than 90 degrees?
under 50 degrees.
No, it's not at least one angle is under 90 degrees. It is,
All angles.
It is 90 and less.
but how many? How many of the angles?
All
All of them. All less than 90. So what can you think of that we just talked about that is automatically always going to be an acute triangle?
me.
Where all angles are less than 90. One of the 3 types of triangles that we talked about is always an acute triangle, yeah?
Equilateral.
Yeah, equilateral, because equilateral, all angles are what?
The same.
Which are what? What's the measure for each of them? You said it.
60.
60. All of them are 60.
I
So
said it.
that's what I said. I pointed right at you and said you said it, and you were rolling your thing around over there like a dog in mud. So acute, all are less than 90. Obtuse, you got at least one that's greater than 90. Right is just what?
A 96 to 90 with
Yep.
a line.
So right at 90 degrees.
And then there's the other one.
Can you have 2 angles that are Can you have 2 angles that are 90 degrees in a right triangle?
No,
Why not?
because it has to be different.
Tell me more. What would happen if you made, let's look at it, right triangle, yeah, it's going to become a square. You can technically have a triangle where one is 89 degrees, one is 89 degrees, and one is 2 degrees. I mean, it would look really weird. It would basically look like this. Or something like that. I don't know exactly. But you can have one there where it's 89, 89, 2, but you can't have 90 and another 90. You can have 90 and another 89, the last one angle is going to be 1 degree, so it's basically not even going to look like a triangle, but it'd technically still be a triangle. Anyways, on to the guided practice, and then you guys are ready to start this. Actually, I got an idea. What?
To make 2 right angles and make it still a triangle.
No, it's not.
It's
You have to have a 0 degree angle. You can't have a 0 degree angle. Okay, you do that, and then we'll come back. Guided practice number 4. Measure of P, Q, and R. P, what'd you guys get? You got 70?
90.
Oh, 90 is way off. P, Q, and R. P was 60, Q is
40.
55, and R is
70.
65. So if you've got 60, 55, and 65, it looks like what kind of a triangle at first?
A cube.
Well, I know, but it looks like what kind of a earlier triangle we talked about? It looks like what?
Alright.
Mm-mm. Where all the sides look the same, right?
So,
So we think that all of them were the same. All the angles would be what measure?
What cube to call?
60.
60, it looks like an equilateral triangle, but it's not. We know it's not equilateral because that means all sides and angles. If you have all the angles that are different, can you have all the sides be the same? No, you can't. So 60, 55, 65, that's an acute triangle. Next one, you got measures of what, and what? Your book's not open. What, and what for the next one? Yeah?
I got this probably wrong, but 30, 140, and 130.
For number 5?
Yes, and so it's obviously wrong.
We're gonna look at that together in class. Again, I wanna make sure you guys know how to use a protractor.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, I'm not used to using a projector without those extra lines in it.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it right now. So it's 90, 45, and 90. Set it up right here. Look, there's one right here. 140 would mean if it was going this way, all the way over here. Are you looking? So 90 goes straight up right there. 140 would be if it was going that way over there. So 90, 45, and 45 makes it a what triangle? Nope.
Right.
Acute is when all of them are less than 90.
Alright.
A right triangle because it has exactly how many right angles?
1.
One. Yep. I know. This one, 135, 25, and 20 makes it an obtuse triangle because one's over 90, but it also makes it a what triangle?
and I saw some.
5th grade, not working for me.
Cube.
Nope, because you got one over 90 degrees, so it's not acute. 135, 25, and 20. It makes it obtuse, but what other kind of triangle is it? If you've got all different angle measures, what does that mean about the sides?
Isosceles.
No, isosceles is two similar sides.
It's a scalene.
It's a scalene triangle, yes. Alright, this is the first time that I've done this in a while. You guys can start your assignment.